We are an irreverent take on sports and pop culture. So joining us this week is our regular cast and crew with the captain, Connie. Say hi.
I'm back.
He's back. Double D.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is?
Glenn.
I love beer.
Glenn Beast.
Yep.
That's just how he's going to just introduce himself.
Yeah.
And of course 150. And there's a troll in the background right there, so say what's up, Angelo. Alright, so as always, you can find our weekly podcast on Facebook. You can stream it or download it at your convenience. When you're working out, who doesn't want to hear a bunch of dudes talking about balls, right? So let's start the program like we usually started with our quick strike question, and this is where we pose a question to our panelists. This week's question is, what is your favorite game time snack? 150, you want to go first?
It used to be just a regular, stadium hot dog, but then I went to Chicago and I got a Chicago dog.
Chicago.
Can't be beat, man. Chicago dog and a beer, it's over.
That's a good combo, a hot dog and a beer. Glenn.
Giant nachos until I had one Saturday. They changed the cheese on me, so I was quite saddened.
Giant nachos? Can you elaborate?
Giant's nachos. It's like
from the game. From the game.
Yeah. Then they changed the cheese on me. Messed up.
There's no more cheese whiz, huh?
Nope.
Double D.
So wait, you're talking about at the game and not?
No, it doesn't matter.
No.
Oh. I mean, because for me, a bag of chips on my couch in front of a TV or whatever. But if it's at a game, with garlic fries.
Oh, garlic fries are so good.
I gotta say garlic fries too.
Oh, garlic fries are so
They're
good.
the best.
They are the best.
Garlic fried nachos.
Damn, you know what? I'm just gonna say all of the above. I like the hot dog.
And this is coming from someone who, when he wants to have breakfast and can't decide between a freaking sausage sandwich and a taco, he goes gets both.
There you go.
Cowboy Sam.
He has a sausage sandwich for breakfast.
All right, let's just move on to the news and notes section of the program, guys. Again, find us on Facebook if you want to download the podcast or stream it and just have a nice laugh, right? Okay, so
What are they gonna look for on Facebook though?
Hairflips and layups.
Oh.
That's pretty simple, right? I don't think our listeners are a bunch of morons. That's why I didn't want to spell it out. But you never know, I guess, right?
Yeah.
First item on the menu is T-Mac retires.
Oh man.
That's my boy. No, just kidding. I hated the dude.
I hated him too.
That's because you're a Kobe fan. Kim, what did you think?
I never liked him as a player, and I don't know what the big deal is. He was overrated. They say he's a great scorer. I don't see it. He had a couple good seasons, but he never made his team better. Everywhere he went. I mean, granted, he had injuries and stuff like that, but I think he was a product of the NBA machine trying to hype up players. That's what it is. They're trying to find the next Jordan.
I'll tell you what it was. He was way overrated. I didn't even realize until this past playoffs that with the Spurs was the first time he went past the first round.
Yeah,
that's not his entire career, at least his entire active career. So he was way overrated. Kobe aside, I never liked the dude. He was way too cocky for his abilities. Just plain overrated.
I absolutely agree. He is not a great. Well, he was overrated, but at the same time, I still give him a lot of props for doing what he did. Classy guy. And I wish him, like Allen Iverson, best of luck. Next item, PBS ESPN documentary on concussion, which ESPN pulled because of maybe NFL's influence. Have you guys heard about this?
Allegedly.
Exactly. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah, I've heard about it. So supposedly, I guess ESPN wanted to do this. Well, not ESPN, but PBS did this documentary on concussions, and to add a little credibility to it, especially since it's surrounded football, they got ESPN on board, and ESPN signed off and gave their own take and contributed some of their footage on what they had. I don't think ESPN was part of the production process. It was more just handing their, giving more credibility to the story and providing some footage to back it up and stuff. So I guess with pressure from the NFL, because it definitely looks bad.
No, I agree.
So it looks bad for the NFL, and I think it was a documentary series. I think it was a 3-part documentary series, or I don't know. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but supposedly ESPN pulled out at the last minute, and speculation is that the NFL kind of like forced their hand or pressured them into pulling out.
Yeah, for something like this, it's kind of sad because it's not really hard-hitting journalism. ESPN has the Frontline series, and that's kind of like the hard-hitting kind of look on sports. But they've kind of lost credibility in my eyes when they decided to fall under pressure, because obviously the NFL is a big-time partner, right? They bring in hundreds of millions of dollars. But what are you gonna do? To lose?
Which is funny. I really don't know what the NFL would have done if they went ahead with it.
Would anybody watch the series though? Otherwise, if it was produced by ESPN or not, anyone?
I would watch, because the thing is, regardless, ESPN, like I said, ESPN had no hand in the production, so it's still the same story. It just kind of like gave it more credibility, if not anything. The funny thing about it is I probably wouldn't have even heard about the whole thing if not for this incident. So now I think I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
The NFL must be scared of something.
Oh, they definitely are. Because I mean, think about it. Players, Arian Foster already said he won't let his son play football. Obama said he won't. If he had a boy, he wouldn't let him play football. So that's already like, and that actually brings up another topic. I hope we will address someday. On how much longer NFL has, and soccer's on the rise. So maybe one day we can tackle that topic.
Not gonna happen, bro.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, just so you know, soccer is the most popular sport among 16 to 24-year-olds now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna break down demographics now.
Hey, I'm just saying, and that's the future. That's the future. So I'm just saying.
Well, you can't ever count it out. Next topic: Miguel Cabrera, back-to-back Triple Crown attempt. What's going on with that?
That's your boy on your fantasy team. You should be saying that. That's the dude to get off of your team.
He has no clue. He didn't even know.
I honestly didn't know. I stopped looking at my fantasy team after week 2.
Hey, I mean, he's on a quest for a Triple Crown, but he definitely the A's didn't help him out. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, the A's shut that.
They shut that team down last 3 days. They just got swept. So that's good payback for last playoffs. It's not good enough, but at least it's a good way to get back on a hot streak. Miguel Cabrera is definitely he's the real deal though. I mean, he'll make you pay.
That's why I was trying to get him off of Kim's team all freaking year.
Yeah, I figured I was sniffing something bad there. It's like, oh, it's fair. But when he goes after a guy and he's relentless about it, you know he's trying to swindle you. I mean, he's a used car salesman, man.
Yep. I mean, AJ Griffin tried to pitch around that dude 2 days ago, and he just couldn't. Made him pay. And the manager, Bobby Melvin, he's usually not one to call for intentional walks, but he deserved it when Bomel asked for an intentional walk on Miguel Cabrera. So he's had a hot season, and I give it to him.
You guys think he's gonna get it?
The other guy on your team has like a pretty good lead on him in home runs, so we'll see.
I haven't played any of those players, but that goes to show how fantasy, what kind of fantasy owner I am. But
Wait, 1 second. So Kimbo has Miguel Cabrera and Chris Davis on his team?
Yup.
Really? Dude, what's your record?
no, I didn't even know.
I
what's
swept his
your
ass
record?
this year. I swept his ass.
Are you serious?
I swept his ass.
Wow.
All right. Joe Looney's cheap block on Kevin Williams.
Anybody watch the Niner game?
Funny enough, I actually saw that game.
You know I'm not gonna watch that shit.
Oh man.
Saw the second half.
What's
I don't know.
the
I didn't call it cheap though, but it's funny how like the more ESPN keeps playing it, the more it actually looks cheap.
Yeah, I mean,
But in real time,
as a big Niner fan, that was a cheap shot. I mean, even I can't deny that. You know what I mean?
I didn't-
He was going
I
for the
didn't see
guy's
it.
legs.
Can you give me a background on that? I didn't see it.
Basically, the two players were like out of the play. They were nowhere near the play, and like the lineman from the Minnesota Vikings, he turned around, and the offensive lineman for the Niners kind of just chop blocked him right in the knees, and the guy had to be held. He went off, and like just had like a sprained knee or something, but and he didn't. The NFL didn't find him, so it's like you go for a guy's knees in a sport that treasures your knees. That's kind of a cheap shot.
That's true.
I say I don't know because I actually watched the game in real time, and at the time that happened, it didn't look like a cheap shot to me. But the more I kept seeing it be replayed on ESPN, I was like, I guess that kind of does me. Especially since the ball was like freaking almost 10 yards away.
Yeah. There's no reason for the block.
Yeah, so.
Maybe it's accidental, but we won't give them the benefit of the doubt.
But also,
Next.
that's what you get when you play starters against backups, because the backups are trying to, make a
They're
name for
fighting
themselves.
for-
So they'll
fighting
take
for
whatever
spot.
shot they can against the starter.
Fighting for a spot, that's for sure.
Yep.
Jerry Jones says Tony Romo is an offensive. I can't even say this. He's an offensive genius like Sean Payton. Really?
Yeah, he said that. Like in an interview over the weekend, he basically said that Tony Romo is a genius, and that's why he needs more input into the offensive calling. Glenn, take it away.
Oh, fuck Jerry Jones. Bag. It's a hype machine. I want to see something that actually happens instead of all talk. We all know how Tony Romo's a choke artist. We already know that. But I see potential this season. I was already counting 10-6 as a record, depending on the schedule. But Jerry Jones is just full of garbage. Fuck that guy.
Do they have they haven't had success with Tony Romo as quarterback, right?
In the past seven years, a few times. They made it all the way to at least postseason, but then they get lost to the Giants, so it doesn't fucking matter.
I thought the beef with Tony Romo was that he was never able to take his team outside after the first round.
He couldn't.
Aside from one season.
Wait, did they ever go past? Did they ever win more than one playoff game?
I think they went
Yeah,
one year. They actually went to the second round, but then lost because Tony Romo just chokes like a motherfucker.
I will never forget that game where he messed up the kick or the field goal or something.
Oh no, that was last season, and they iced the kicker. So that was
No, not last season. The one where this wasn't last season. This was probably
Like
like
he fumbled the ball. Like
Oh,
the
he
fumble.
fumbled, yeah.
that was just
The
bullshit.
snap. He fumbled the snap and he was the holder. And he tried to run it in.
The holder was because
He was the holder.
he was a holder. Oh yeah,
He was the holder, yeah.
Oh
They
god.
snatched it to him and he didn't like set it up quick enough, and the kicker was already on his way up, and he just picked it up and tried to make the end
choke
zone.
artist. But
Alright.
I'll see what happens next season.
Alright, let's move on from one good looking quarterback to the next. Mark Sanchez is injured.
Basically,
Tebow.
that's another thing about playing scrubs in the playing starter quotation mark starters into the fourth quarter. Took an unnecessary shot, and now he hurt his shoulder, and pretty much the Jets got nobody. The Jets got nobody. Geno Smith's freaking horrible, and probably their third string quarterback is better than the first two. So I mean, what do you think about playing starters all the way or potential starters at the end of games in preseason?
Yeah. It could be a thing. Look what they did with Kaepernick.
I mean, honestly, my thing is, can you really call Mark Sanchez a starter though?
on the Jets.
As far as I'm concerned, the Jets don't have a starter. That's what the preseason.
Exactly.
They're trying to figure out who their starter is, so that's why they kept playing him. I mean, another perfect example is the Raiders. The Raiders don't have a starter. Look at freaking Matt Flynn is probably going to play in their fourth game of the season because they still haven't figured out who's going to start for them. So,
Terrell Pryor, baby, Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor. Come on.
Yeah, but
we all know Terrell Pryor.
I agree, but we didn't know that going into preseason, so for now it's up in the air. That's why probably both of them are still going to make an appearance in the fourth preseason game, which we both know is usually left for like people who are about to be cut, their last ditch effort.
Yeah, yeah.
At this point, it's whoever puts on a good show.
It's not a serious injury, though. It's not a serious injury. It's not bad, right? Is it like day to day or something like that?
I don't know. They don't know how long he's gonna be out.
All right. Well, he's not a valuable asset to the Jets anyway. So let's switch gears. Basketball. CP3 has been named the NBA Players Union president.
I wanted LeBron to be president.
I think this is just a figurehead. I mean, they don't really do anything anyways, do they? Do they actually make a difference, or is it one of those things where you have a name pool and that's pretty much it?
Your boy Derek Fisher was president, and he was like a pretty strong president too.
Well, I can see someone like Derek Fisher actually being active in something like that in the politics and all that stuff, but CP3 seems like the sexy choice.
Usually some scrub, some hard-nosed, like Mark Jackson type heading the union, but now it's like some fancy dude.
There was controversy a couple of weeks ago about how LeBron James said that he wanted to do, or he actually wanted to represent the union, and Jerry Stackhouse kind of looked at him like, "Hey, shut the fuck up, dude." But I don't know if Chris Paul's gonna make a good president though, based on just.
I don't know either.
Yeah, they probably won't do anything anyways, right? So.
Hey, want to shout out to the boy Stanton. Dude, we can't add you right now. We already on the air, blood.
Stanton is a loyal listener who wanted to contribute. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think we pissed him off about something about hating on a Bay Area team.
Okay, Stan, if you want to address that, feel free to visit us on Hairflips and Layups Facebook page.
Right.
And share your thoughts there. All right. Aaron Hernandez, Rolling Stones. Has anyone heard about this so-called report or story about how Aaron Hernandez is pretty much a druggie? He surrounds himself with a bunch of thugs, so on and so on.
Didn't read that. Actually, I didn't even know that even this article existed.
I didn't know about that article.
Oh man, it's some crazy article. Like, at least Rolling Stone, when they teased it, they were talking about like how Urban Meyer kind of hid some drug tests that he failed in Florida, and that Aaron Hernandez was like always on angel dust for like the past couple of years. Like he was always strapped, and he was like hallucinating to a point. And they even recapped how like that night how Odin Lloyd kind of knew he was gonna get messed up. It's a crazy article that you can actually go look up. It's actually free, so check it out. But it's a crazy article. It talks about his family background and everything.
Yeah, but didn't someone discredited the actual article and saying that to an extent it might be sensationalism or something like that?
simply because of the fact it's in Rolling Stone instead of like a sports magazine. But I mean, most of their sources are, family and friends of the Hernandez family and court papers.
I mean, it's the fact is someone died. It's not about his character anymore. This dude probably killed someone.
Probably.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So I'm just glad that he's seeing his day, I guess, in court, or hopefully. Fox Sports 1.
Have any of you guys watched it?
I'm planning to order it.
It's free, isn't it?
No, it's paid. It's pay service.
Fox Sports 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Fox Sports package, basically. There's Fox Sports 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's supposed to be the biggest competitor to ESPN. They have all the, I guess, financial backing to try to make a run at them. So now it's based on whether or not they actually have the anchors and the quality to report sports.
Wait, but Fox Sports 1, I mean, because I get it, and it doesn't look any different to me from, Fox Sports Net. Remember how Fox Sports before?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it looks like to me.
Honestly, it's kind of horrible. It's kind of horrible.
It is horrible.
Yeah, that station's horrible. I actually like the NBC Sports.
Sports, yeah.
Hey, Connie. Hey, so we have Hipster joining us right now. Say hi, Hipster, or AKA Misty.
Welcome, Misty.
You're on mute, Misty, but let's just move it along until she unmutes her mic. Have you heard of Fox Sports 1, Connie?
I haven't. What is it?
It's a new sports network that's supposed to be competing against ESPN. I don't know if what's that chick, the reporter? Erin Andrews. Yeah, is she on Fox Sports 1?
Well, she's paid. She's in contract with Fox, so it's a network basically.
Yeah, but is she actually doing work for the actual Fox Sports 1 network?
You mean if she has a show?
No. Like whether it's reporting, whether it's commentating or anything, is she involved in?
Well, she already does college football for Fox, right? So chances are, unless they would probably give her a show. I know Regis and a few other guys have a show on there.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this right now. If I was able, or if I had the opportunity to spy on Erin Andrews, I for sure would.
You know what they should bring back? They should bring back the Best Damn Sports Show.
No.
Yeah.
No. John Sally needs to stick to doing bad boy roles.
Cool. Oh boy.
All right, let's just move on to the next one. Jeremy, how do you say his last name?
I don't know, but okay. So remember how like Mecca a couple weeks back brought up that one X Games girl who kind of showed off at the very end?
The motorcycle, yes.
Yeah, motorcycle chick. Well, this dude, Jeremy, whatever, some French douchebag, basically, he was winning the Ironman race in Brazil. And at the very end, right before the finish line, right before crossing the finish line, he tries to, like, say what's up to all the people around the finish line. And the second place guy was turning the corner and sees it, and basically sprints to the very end. And if he didn't wake up, he basically, like, that Jeremy dude just, like, kind of pushed him back and crossed the finish line ahead of him. So, don't show up second place.
Wait, so did he win still?
Yeah, he won, but he almost lost it because he was trying to show up people. Like, he basically stopped.
Hey, Neil, hold that thought. Hey, Misty, is your mic on, or is that background noise we hear from you? Okay, so we're having a little
like weird air filter because it's my air filter.
Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, can you turn that off, Darth Vader? Because so okay, sorry. I think Emeka, you were saying.
No, I was just wondering. It would have been sweeter if you lost.
Much
yeah,
better.
It would have been nice if he lost.
Well, this just reaffirms that you can gloat and still come out on top, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well, that's not fair.
Now, only if I was good at something to be able to gloat. Next topic: Keith Olbermann returns to ESPN.
This show is kind of whack, actually.
Really? Was it whack? I didn't even
Yeah.
watch it. It was on too late.
It's basically the same thing he does on MSNBC, but sports. So he rants and raving about stuff.
You know what? I think Olbermann is actually ahead of his time because
Yeah.
he did the Daily Show before it blew up. I mean, granted, Jon Stewart probably took it to the next level, but a lot of people didn't realize that he was the original host of that show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a pioneer anchor for ESPN when he created those catchphrases, right?
Yep.
That was before everyone tried to create catchphrases. So big ups to Keith Olbermann. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll definitely want to check it out.
I thought it was Craig Kilborn that did the original. So.
You know what? You might be right. I'm sorry, hipster.
Hey!
Did you Wikipedia that?
Basketball, remember basketball?
Yeah, you're actually right. But I think Keith Olbermann also had a different show too. But yeah, that's a good point. Anybody else would watch that show?
Keith Olbermann doesn't seem funny enough to me to handle a daily show.
Yeah, well, he might have. It's a satirical look, right? Keith Olbermann's my boy, though.
Keith Olbermann, though, is like a big baseball fiend, man. He loves baseball.
Wasn't he on the Fox, or I'm sorry, Turner's playoff broadcast
Do you
game?
want to say something?
Okay, so let's just move from Keith Olbermann to Matt Harvey's injury.
Oh man.
What's this? I give me background. I have no idea.
He's like, unfortunately, he wasn't on your pitching staff or your fantasy league.
It doesn't even matter if he was.
Even if he was, yeah, you wouldn't have known. But he was like a rookie pitching prospect, one of the best. He was the All-Star game starter for the National League and just tore up his elbow. So they're waiting and see before he gets Tommy John, which is like the crazy surgery where he's going to basically be out all of 2014.
Hey, Misty or Glenn, I think you guys have background noise. Can you turn that down?
Not me.
Does he still have a future in baseball?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he's young. He's young. Matt Harvey's the guy that
what was that?
Go ahead.
The Tommy John surgery isn't as bad as it used to be. Tommy John used to be like the ACL injury in football. You know, once you had it, you're done. But like people are coming back. Vogelsong had the surgery. Strasburg. So some notable pitchers right now had the surgery, but it's coming.
Oh.
It's coming. You know, it's becoming more often now. We're seeing it more.
Well, and plus he's young, right? So he can bounce back pretty easily. So that's a good thing.
Hey, just in case you didn't know, he's the one that did that one skit on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
Oh, the one that he. Yeah, I got you.
That's Matt Harvey.
Okay. Let's move on. Johnny Manziel suspended for half a game. Come on, man.
I hate that dude.
That is just.
Cam Newton is a better, dual threat quarterback than he was.
It's
Aside
not
from
even that. It's. I don't know. For me, it's the hypocrisy of the
NCAA.
fucking A. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on. Half a game. That's a joke, man. And they claim they didn't have any evidence. What evidence did they have against Reggie Bush? What really was?
All off season, so he deserves it.
Huh?
He's goofing off all off season, so he deserves it.
For half a game? Come on, man. Like, if you're gonna punish someone, like,
Yeah.
actually punish it to
Well, supposedly they didn't have any evidence. So I'm like, why are they punishing him for half a game then if they don't have any evidence? So
Exactly.
supposedly the idea was for him signing so many autographs in the first place. Like, okay, like they're basically trying to say he should have known by signing so many autographs. It's like, dude, you want these student athletes to represent the game and the sport and the organization well, and be like open to their fans and whatnot. And on the other hand, you punish them when they you just came up with a dumb, stupid allegation. And like basically they were trying to they were trying to get out of it because Texas A&M was not going to play a game. They wanted to know for a fact that they have to close this game before we start because they didn't want a Reggie Bush situation where they end up playing all these games because supposedly he was going to be under investigation, and so they didn't want a situation where he was going to play all these games, and then if they ended up winning, they'll vacate all those games that they won because of him.
But if they end up finding, say they do the warranted investigation and they end up finding hard evidence, like half a game is actually really light.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. That's what we were saying. That's why the NCAA
He's gone for the whole year.
Huh?
He should be gone. He should face the consequences for only $7,500 worth of signing shit. So.
Right, but they don't have any evidence that he made money off of it.
That's what. That's kind of like saying George Zimmerman was half guilty.
It's just stupid. It's just the NCAA once again shooting themselves in the foot because they have all these requirements and just stupid stuff. So I mean, I've already made my feelings known about that. So once again, they're just making fools of themselves.
Well, I do like Johnny Football, but
he's gonna make it in the NFL.
Let's move on to the hot topic of the week.
Is Johnny Football gonna make it into the NFL one day?
That's not part of the conversation. Go to the next conversation.
Yes, he will. But the next topic, Miley Cyrus's VMA performance.
No! Please don't do it.
We should have let off with that actually.
Ah.
He was twerking like no other, no one else, right? Like it's kind of sad.
It wasn't sad, fool. It was exciting.
I lost my lunch.
Really?
Well, I was at work when I actually got to watch it. I was drafting during that time anyways. But I would say it was just wrong.
Hey, so for those who don't know, hey Connie, can you give a brief background on that? Because I actually didn't see it live. I just saw pictures.
Yes, Miley Cyrus. She had a very strange performance on Sunday at the VMAs. She was dancing with the giant bears, and she had a nude bikini on, and she was twerking everywhere, and it was very sexual.
You know what? You know what? An interesting fact, actually. I just read this recently. I'm sure you guys have seen it as well. The Oxford Dictionary had added twerking into the as one of the new words.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of that?
Mhm.
And selfie.
What's
What is
Baby
it?
Moon? There's a third one, Baby Moon. What is that all about?
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know what Baby Moon is.
Yeah, someone Google that.
Misty, Wikipedia, please.
Yes. Look for baseball and basketball and drug policy.
Fact check.
Basketball.
I'm watching Hannah Montana's movie right now.
You should be watching the VMA recaps.
Okay, so we're done with the news and note segment of our show. Visit Hairflips and Layups to find out more. Like us if you haven't. Before we move on to the meat, let's go to the Captain's Corner and see what's going on in the world of pop and sports. You have anything for us, Connie?
Yeah, I got some good news for you this week. So first, congratulations to Udonis Haslem and his wife and his fiance who got married on Saturday.
Hey, who has the audio thing? Give a clap for that.
Woo!
They got married in Palm Beach, Florida, and there were a few notable guests. Well, not a few, but a lot. Like the whole, or most of the Heat team: Pat Riley, Dorell Wright,
Former Warrior.
and Flo Rida. And LeBron is set to get married next month in September.
Oh, jeez.
So that will be a pretty big news thing.
Good for LeBron.
What'd you say?
It's good for LeBron.
Yeah, his I think that he's been together with his fiance for a while.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood will be taking over the theme song for Sunday Night Football, replacing Faith Hill.
No! No! God damn it!
They're kind of the same, though, guys.
Was
So
she?
you like Faith Hill more, Glenn?
No, do not.
You like that dude?
With Tony Romo?
Oh man.
Shut up.
No, really, was she with Tony Romo?
Carrie was, yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Wait, was Carrie?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was.
How cute.
Man, Tony Romo pulls all the hoes.
I know. Jessica Simpson, damn.
Yet he fails. He fails
ne-
at life.
Next
As quarterback.
item. There's been a lot of news about Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Oh, reports that Lamar got kicked out and he got let back in and he's a crack cocaine addict.
Oh man.
There are reports that while he was on the Mavericks, he was getting trashed in his hotel room.
Wow.
So
That explains a lot.
we don't know if any of this is true, but I guess we'll see in the upcoming months.
Hey, Lamar, if you're listening right now,
And
Hey.
you should be.
hey, man, get better, bro. Check into some rehab or something like that. Everyone in LA is doing it. They rehab for everything. Or at least they have their publicists tell people that they're rehabbing.
Crack is back.
Get well soon, Lamar. Get well soon.
Get well soon, Lamar. And my last news item is a week from today, the new Dancing with the Stars cast will be revealed.
Oh, yeah.
So there have been some rumors, like Jason Veritek was rumored, but his wife has confirmed that he will not be on the season.
Somebody's a little jealous.
Why would his wife even have anything to say for him? It's like, it's messed up.
So who do you guys think will be on this season?
Emmett Smith again.
With what's his name was on it one time, right? Jacoby
Jerry.
Jones.
Yeah, he was on last season.
Really, Jerry Jones?
No, Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones.
Who else? Who would make a good dancer? I hope they get Victor Cruz.
No, no.
I'll take it
Okay,
to Birdman.
let's keep in mind, Dancing with the Stars. You have to be kind of retired. You also
No,
have,
lately they've been getting active players actually, right?
You know who they should get? They should get Pablo Sandoval.
No, they should get the Birdman.
Oh yes.
yeah.
Darren Rowan.
That would change the show from being family friendly.
Snooki and Christina Milian are going to be on the season.
Really?
God.
Who?
Snooki, Christina
Oh,
Milian, and I think one of the Osbournes.
I'm okay with Christina Milian. Christina Milian, but really, Snooki? Gosh, she's just fishing
I
for
think
some,
she'll do well.
some money. Oh, God.
All right. Well,
We've got plenty
anything
of time
else?
on our hands now.
That's all I have.
All right. Cool.
Thanks, Sonny. I missed you last week. I hope you feel better.
Where's your drink, Connie?
I don't have one. Oh, also, today, Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus released a song titled Twerk.
Damn, we're this close to not hearing about Justin Bieber.
Actually, hey, somebody pull up that song real quick. I want to hear a sample of that.
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, can someone find that and see if the world premiere of Justin Bieber's Hairflips and Layups podcast will premiere.
Exclusive!
It's like those dumb DJs mixes. So,
Hey, let me see if I can get it.
yeah, so find that and we'll move on.
don't hear any singing. That was a bad version.
Okay, so that was just the beat for the song.
Yeah.
I think someone was streaming that, or someone had Sprint when they were playing it off their iPhone.
As Kim's cable company.
But see if we can actually stream that later on. Set it up, cue it up, just so we can hear the audio for it.
I'll find it for the closing credits.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just move on to beating the meat, which is what we're gonna primarily talk about through this podcast. First up, fantasy football draft. We just actually had our fantasy draft last Sunday. Most people or most groups have already had a draft. Do you guys have any thoughts about just the upcoming season, the actual draft, the players you have?
Cowboys are going to make it to the playoffs, 10-6.
But that's not fantasy football. That's actual, really, real fantasy.
That's real fantasy? I like that.
Number one.
Close enough.
I really like that, real fantasy.
I actually hate my
You always hate your team.
Yeah, tell us something new, man.
You know what? You know what's funny? I'm actually happy with my team. I showed up late to the draft, and they auto-drafted C.J. Spiller for me, which I wouldn't have. But overall, I think my team is solid.
Let's see.
What about you, Mech?
I don't know. I'm halfway happy. I think with what I have, I can build something. I can hopefully, if I can pay attention for the first few weeks, sure I can pick some good players up. But I definitely don't think my team is far from set, basically. So we'll see. I was actually doing some research after the draft, and I found there was a couple of decent players I could have picked up that actually went in later rounds. But I guess other members of our league have a good eye for some good players as well. So I was kind of surprised to see that.
I'm not gonna lie, but like every time I put somebody in queue, somebody else picked them. I'm not even kidding. Like I put Colin Kaepernick and Connie takes them. Or I put like Frank Gore and then Andy Not So Strong picks him. You know, it went like that throughout the whole draft. And
well, in all fairness, you're not guaranteed, especially with 49er players. You're not guaranteed. You're not gonna get a lot of those picks.
No,
but especially in our league.
But the thing is, like I once I put them in queue, like I put the Cincinnati Bengals defense on queue. Then somebody just picks them up, like out of nowhere. They just pick them up.
I mean, that's what I was trying to say, because I was really surprised at how early like Houston defense, for instance. There's one defense that defense went early.
Yeah.
Cameron Jordan, that's a pretty good tight end. Pretty much underrated. I think he went early too. So there was a bunch of people that I felt like, wow. You know, I thought they were sleepers. In most other leagues that I've drafted in, they've been sleepers. But in our league, I don't know if it's the numbers. I'm pretty sure it doesn't really have much to do with the numbers, because most of these sleepers actually went pretty early. So, I don't know. The only Niner I would have drafted was Phil Dawson. And I know you picked him, Neil. So
yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Like that.
You know what? What's an interesting observation in going through this draft pick, and it just kind of brought to light what's going on in professional sports right now. You have like analytics expert versus the old school guy who kind of just observes the game. So
regular people.
Yeah. So with fantasy sports, when you're auto drafting, you're going by analytics, and that's it.
Yeah.
And when you're actually drafting, it's kind of like, okay, I want to at least represent my team. I'm gonna draft these guys. So that's kind of interesting how there's a parallel between fantasy GMs and what's going on in professional sports and looking at analytics and having to balance it between old school grit and kind of just understanding the game.
Well, isn't it fantasy football, because there's no points or victories, makes sense to have stats because you have to pay attention to, I don't know.
No, everything. I mean, there's stats everywhere. You break it down. It's all big data and stuff like that, right? So it doesn't matter if it's baseball, which Billie Jean King, is that what it is? Billie Jean King now?
What?
Yes, Ken. Yes.
I don't get it, fool.
Billy Bean.
Billie Jean King, the transsexual.
Billy Bean.
Okay.
I'm lost.
Isn't
But
she
I don't
the
understand I don't understand how it could be old school because it's not actual real games in fantasy football, right? So, I mean, stats is important in that respect because you need to, they're not real victories.
Well, no, it's about evaluating a player. It's about evaluating what you're going to get at the end, and it's one of those things where sometimes if I see someone play, I'm going to see kind of an intangible thing where a robot's not going to be able to see it.
It's also just like the professional analysts just having their word about it and just speculating by numbers and
Points
statistics.
in fantasy football, intangible points.
No, it's hard. It's real points. It's not intangibles. You can quantify points in fantasy football, right?
What does it matter then? If it's intangible or not, why does it matter then?
No, because you can quantify something. If say for instance I'm playing pickup ball with Neil, I'm gonna be able to see how hard he runs, and that's not gonna be hard at all. But when someone is looking at analytics, they don't see any of that stuff. They just see him go for 0 for 34 behind the arc. But they don't see how hard he's trying to make those shots.
The fantasy's all about the results, no? And the stats.
No.
Results don't matter. In that respect.
I think you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Well-
You need to play, and not say no and then get.
Somebody kicking me.
Where did I go?
Oh.
Well, it's okay. I mean, like, okay, Misty. So, for instance, if you don't know anything about football, and I'm pretty limited in my knowledge as well, if you just leave it to auto draft, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do just as well as guys like Emeka,
Andy Fong.
Bill,
Like Andy Fong.
Glenn, who actually know about the game. Like you just let it auto pick for you, let it set it up for you. You'll be fine because it's all based on statistics. These guys actually look at the week in and week out, see if the players are going to perform and so on and so forth. That's all.
That's right.
Yeah. You have the TV screen and it's like, what the F are you doing? Stop screwing me over.
Actually, in some cases, it's better, especially if you don't follow the game that well. It's better to just auto draft than I mean, I have one of my boys, Isaac. We clown him all the time because he's known for he doesn't follow football much, but yet he likes to play and act like he does. So most times he'll draft players that have the biggest names. Like I remember this one year, this fool
For a
drafted.
brief
Michael
moment,
Vick.
I was expecting the word penis.
Like this fool drafted Michael Vick. Ryan Michael Vick was about to go to jail. Like we clown him so much. It's like, are you serious? Like, stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, the name sounds popular. Like he's heard the name, so he knows Michael Vick is the good player. But if you don't know anything else, especially the fact that either this dude is about to, or I know someone who drafted Peyton Manning when Peyton Manning went through his neck surgery. Anyone that follows football knows that you don't go back from a surgery like that. At least you're missing at least the first half of the season.
These things happen in the episode of the league.
So what I'm saying is stats will be there. Those guys put up good stats in the previous season. So coming back, the computer's gonna tell them, hey, this guy is gonna have a good year. But unless you have some of these intangibles, like I said, sometimes it's just better to auto draft. Period.
I absolutely agree. Like I said, I would never have drafted C.J. Spiller if it weren't for auto draft. But at the same time, it's fun. It's fun to to kind of like, okay, see what these dumbasses can do for me, and just select a bunch of guys that you think, like Neil wanted to draft a team full of Niners last year, right?
He almost got it.
No, I ended the year with a whole bunch of Niners. I
did.
started off this year wanting to, but I couldn't fight the compulsion to like pick up other players instead.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that was actually an impulse get.
I'm glad you did that though. I was so happy we needed that.
All right.
I'm screwed.
For me, I don't mind auto drafting. For me, there's certain players I would never draft, and most times when I auto draft, I end up with set players. I auto drafted one time. I ended up with Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, terrific Tom.
I traded him away. I traded him right away.
All right, that's actually a good segue to what we're gonna talk about next. Tom Terrific.
Oh, God.
Nicknames in sports. I think that's something that there's a bunch of nicknames that's awesome out there. Tom Terrific is unfortunately not one of them. That's kind of lame. Can you guys name a couple pretty decent ones out there?
Black Mamba.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's Kim's favorite player.
Overthrow.
Okay, let's check this out. You know why I don't like Black Mamba, and it's not because I hate Kobe, and that's another story in itself.
Because he gave himself the damn nickname.
Not only did he gave himself that nickname, but he pretty much stole it from Kill Bill the movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
You're right. I totally hate it because he gave himself the nickname. You did not give yourself a nickname.
You never give yourself the nickname. Did you give yourself the nickname of Delicious?
I still don't know how that started.
Hey, it's better than my nicknames, all of them.
What are some of your nicknames, Glenn?
What was it?
Glen Beast. Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea. Oh my God, Golo's a new thing happening now.
Yeah, Golo.
Yeah. Golo.
Mr. Friday Night.
Yeah.
And the list goes on and on and
Lindsay
on.
Bear.
Glenn Buki.
Glenn Buki.
Oh, I love the Glen Buki.
Yeah, those are all winning names, though, Glenn.
Those are winners, Glenn.
Thanks.
Don't let anyone tell you no different.
Like, hey, Misty.
Yes.
Like Neil's nickname is ironic, right?
I heard iconic.
No, it's ironic, you know. And for those who don't know the backstory, well, for those who don't know, Neil's nickname is 150, and that was he actually claimed to have weighed 150 pounds back when he was in Hawaii. And for those who don't know, Neil is not close to being 150 pounds.
Maybe if you cut off his legs.
Oh man.
Such hatred.
Some of the more iconic names from back in the day, like these are like the nicknames that will stand forever, the test of time. Broadway Joe. Remember that? Broadway Joe? That's pretty awesome. Sweetness. Walter Payton. Sweetness is kind of like delicious, but it's a little bit more masculine.
Oh, come on, man.
Delicious, I mean, come on, dude. If I see you across the street and I yell out, "Yo, delicious!"
I don't even answer.
Air Jordan.
Yeah.
He's Ernest.
Ernest, yeah, he's Ernest. What about the answer?
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Allen Iverson, the answer, yeah.
For me, my all-time favorite nickname is Chocolate Thunder, man. You can't beat Chocolate Thunder. Chocolate Thunder.
Oh my God.
Chocolate Thunder, that was Daryl Dawkins, right?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
What about Insanity? And your boy Linsanity.
Oh God.
What's he up to?
It was
There's a few ones that are
the
really
Human
bad.
Highlight film.
What's the best though? Like, okay, give me like a top three. Top three.
Muzzle
Magic.
Hamster.
Magic.
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 Dr. J?
Oh, Dr. J.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. What about prime time?
Oh yeah, primetime definitely.
Megatron?
Yeah, Megatron. Yeah.
Megatron, yeah, that's a good one.
Ocho Cinco.
That was his real name. That's stupid.
I think. Well, actually, it started as a nickname, right? It started as a nickname.
Yeah, then he changed it legally to Ocho Cinco. Dumbass.
Yeah, but it started as a nickname. So, does it still count though? Because if you think about it, Magic's name is kind of like, I'm pretty sure that fool actually fills forms and writes Magic on it.
Yeah, but I mean, did he actually legally change it to Magic Johnson?
No, he didn't legally do it.
Yeah, so it's still technically a nickname because it's not by. I feel it's one of those things where it's like it's a nickname, but you didn't actually change it your name legally. Ocho Cinco, he actually went to the freaking courthouse to get that changed. That's just stupid.
What about
the big Aristotle?
Who?
The big Aristotle.
Shaq's like Glenn. He has like 18,000 nicknames.
God damn.
The big cactus.
But
the big shamrock.
he's like Glenn with the 18,000 nicknames, but he gave it all to himself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
He's like Kobe.
The big Aristotle, the big
Diesel.
cactus.
Diesel.
How many Diesel?
Real.
How many Shaq nicknames can we name before the segment is over?
Kazam. Steel.
Superman.
Steel?
Man.
Is every conversation going to revolve around Shaq at one point? Because last time we did this, last week.
You know what's interesting? I never knew this was his nickname until I did a little research on it. Can you guys guess who this athlete I'm referring to? Supposedly his nickname is Purple Jesus.
It's not Ray Allen, is it?
No.
Who? AP?
Yeah, actually it's Aiden Peterson. I didn't know that.
Yeah, same here. I'm just taking a guess. It was either him or Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah, I had no idea, and then when I saw it, I was like, holy snaps, that's a great nickname actually. Purple.
Wait, whose nickname is that?
Adrian Peterson.
Oh, all day?
Yeah, see, I know him as AD.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I never knew that either.
Well, I mean, it's probably a ripoff of Larry Bird, Basketball Jesus.
Oh, well, I mean, you put Jesus after anything, it'll be awesome. It's kind of like Wildflower Jesus.
Him Jesus.
Blue Jesus.
Glenn Jesus.
Glenn Jesus.
That doesn't work.
That's Glenn's new nickname. Glenn Jesus.
No, that doesn't work.
JC Glenn.
Oh, God.
What about like nicknames that extend to actual teams? Like Glenn's team is America's team.
You had, like, back in the day when they nicknamed like all the defenses, the Steel Curtain, the Fearsome Foursome, the
Come
Purple.
on, man. There's only one nickname that trumps all nicknames. That's Showtime.
You guys are naming all porns.
Huh?
Sounds like you guys are naming porno movies.
The Black Curtain.
Showtime?
Where's Angelo? Where is Angelo?
Oh, yeah, who's Angelo?
Come on, the Steel Curtain. What is the Fearsome Foursome? What is it? Showtime.
These might as well just make a mega porn movie with that then.
Fab Five.
Yeah, Fab Five. You know what I hated? I hated when they started giving nicknames with the first letter, the first name, and then the first three letters. The T-Max, the C-Web. That kind of.
I think you know what that is. Like
Formula.
this is an extension of Hollywood because that's the era or the generation where you kind of mash things up, and it started in Hollywood, right? With J-Lo.
Stan says Joe Cool is the greatest.
Whoa. The nickname or the quarterback? Because that's an awful nickname.
There's two quarterbacks, Montana and Flacco.
Yeah, but it's Montana that they're referring to.
Or at least he's referring to. Tell him if he remembers back in the day when they used to try to call Jerry Rice Fifi because he had the high top fade.
Another nickname for Jerry Rice is World.
Yeah,
Really?
I remember that.
World? Because he can pretty much catch anything anywhere around the world if you throw it or something like that.
What about that dude that changed his name to World Be Free?
Oh, Meta World Peace?
Oh, Meta World Peace?
That's not a nickname.
He also...
That's a
Oh,
legal
God.
name, right?
That's his legal name, too. Oh, yes, the triplets.
Who's the triplets?
Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, and Emmett Smith, back in the 90s.
Oh, really? That's the gayest nickname ever.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's awful.
But
Hey,
you know
what?
the cheapest nicknames were the initials, like LT
Yeah, that's
or
crazy. Well, KD is doing that too.
KD.
Kim Dooch. KD.
There it goes. Well, then, let's see. There's $1 million backfield given to the 1954 San Francisco 49ers.
You know what? You know what's
Dwight
the best?
Hicks and the Hot Licks.
Really?
Dwight Hicks and the Hot Licks, really?
Really? That's what they call the old Niner backfield?
That's old.
You know who are still relevant? The team who has the best nickname? The Jets.
What?
Gangrene.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. Even if you hate the Jets, that actually you have to respect the nickname. That's a pretty dope ass nickname.
Nah. Nah.
Gangrene? Really?
Yeah.
I love Gangrene.
Was either that or the Philadelphia Eagles too.
What about the Bad Boys, Detroit?
That's actually pretty legit too. That's actually pretty cool. And you're not referring to Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, right?
No.
Hey, where's my little drum thingy? Boom, boom, boom. Shh.
How come you're not getting access to it?
Hey, you know what else? What else has sports arenas too tend to have good nicknames.
Before they were sold out.
Yeah.
Well, like Candlestick will always be Candlestick, no matter how many times they try to change the name. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
No matter how many times they try to have naming rights, no one would ever call it what the sponsor wanted.
Nope.
It would always still be Candlestick.
The Monster Park at
Yeah.
3Com?
3Com?
I was like, whenever someone said something else, I was like, where is that? Like, oh, Candlestick.
But you know, the difference is the area is called Candlestick, right? Candlestick Point. So they kind of it's not like the Sharks arena where it's the Shark Tank.
I think we should make a movement to keep calling the new stadium, the Levi Stadium. We should just keep calling it Candlestick.
Candlestick.
Candlestick Sound.
That would suck.
Yeah.
That would just suck.
Or there's Mount Davis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The black hole.
I love. Yeah, the black hole is pretty. That's pretty cool. The frozen tundra.
Yeah, there you go, Lambeau Field.
That's actually a really dope nickname.
Rose Garden. I don't know if that's a nickname or I'm pretty sure that's not. I mean, I know it became its official name, but now it's got naming rights. But I'm pretty sure they're still gonna keep calling it the Rose Garden.
No, it was no. They actually called it like something Rose or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like an insurance company at the Rose. They try to incorporate the two namesake, I guess, which is kind of lame.
Yep. Or the house that Mike built.
You know what's actually pretty? Yeah, that's the United Arena, right? United Center.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's be real. It's off of the house that Ruth built.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Nicknames get spun off too.
I mean, I honestly like the 12th Man, even though it's a Seattle Seahens. The 12th Man is pretty of a dope nickname for their crowd.
You know what sport gives the best nicknames? And I think they practically that they kind of have to. Wrestling.
Oh, no,
like it's not even your name, it's your character.
Hey, in wrestling, charisma goes with the work, the job description, man. You gotta be very charismatic.
Well, no, it's a description of someone too. It's kind of like like say for instance, if I like to bake. I mean, this is just hypothetical. Maybe calling me like Kim the baker's man or something like that, right?
Kim Cupcake.
Put him in the oven.
Can we call you Kim Cupcake then?
That's my point. This is my point. It's like you have guys like Typhoon. It's like he doesn't even need a first name. It's just the nickname is his name. Typhoon or Earthquake or
Cambodia.
Cambodia.
Okay, so check this out. Hulk Hogan has two nicknames, right? He had the Immortal and Hulk, and they kind of matched it up. I love wrestling, man. Shit, damn. They have awesome nicknames.
Hollywood Hogan, full Hollywood Hogan. Can't forget the MWO days.
That's true. Big Daddy Cool.
Ah, yeah.
Who has the best? I guess I'm not even gonna call them nicknames. Who has the best wrestling name? Because their names are obviously nicknames.
Ultimate Warrior.
Come on, man, the Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man. Yeah. That's...
Ravishing Rick Rude.
Hey, Connie, I know what you're gonna say. What's your favorite nickname?
Val Venus. and Sexual Chocolate.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? It's kind of like sexual chocolate. Like anything after chocolate just sounds so sensual. Like how you were saying earlier, Mecca. Like chocolate thunder. It's just so sensual.
But it's kind of played out because like if you're a white dude and if you have skills on the court, your nickname is like inherently white chocolate right off the bat.
That's a good nickname.
But how many white chocolates are there?
Just one.
No, there was like multiple.
Hey, you know what my nickname on the basketball court would be?
Milk chocolate. 30% cacao chocolate. Oh.
No. I was thinking more along the lines of brown sugar.
That's giving yourself too much credit, Kim.
But no. Back to wrestling. They just have like, okay, Glenn, who's your favorite wrestler?
I don't really watch wrestling.
Come on.
Well, I mean, okay, so who do you know about? That you just have to name one guy, and he has the awesome nickname.
Awesome nickname. I guess what do you call it? The Big Show is kind of cool. It's still kind of cool nickname.
Yeah,
it matches his personality.
Vince McMahon has that down to an art, creating nicknames. I think he should actually come up with a bunch of nicknames for all these professional athletes.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
That was
Undertaker.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
What about like the Brooklyn Brawler? Has any? You guys remember?
What?
The Brooklyn Brawler. He's like this
worker?
He was a jobber.
Who?
He's a jobber. Yeah, that was the word. Thank you, Neil.
Rezo Ramon.
No, that's not his nickname. That's his real name. It's the bad guy. That's his nickname. That's the bad. You know why? You know why? Because he oozes machismo.
Oh, wait. Stanton chimes in the Hitman.
The Hitman is a dope ass nickname because there's a lot of credibility to that. There's a lot of like, yeah, don't mess with me kind of.
Kim's favorite wrestler, Goldust.
Brown sugar sprinkle dust. What?
Can we call you Brown Dust?
Brown Dust is actually pretty cool. Kind of messed up.
What?
I'll embrace it.
Brown Dust Dooch.
I'll definitely embrace that. What about Hollywood? Like some of our favorite actors, do they have any nicknames that stand out?
Batman.
Who?
Ben Affleck. Batman.
Oh God, he's not. Come on, man.
That's not his nickname. Come on.
His nickname's Affleck the Duck, or whatever you want to call that.
Well, I didn't want to say this, but you know when it was Benifer, wasn't it?
Oh God.
Yeah. Sorry, I brought that up.
No, it's relevant.
Our boy Beebs.
Oh yeah, Beebs. You know, it's funny because I call him Beebs all the time. That I forget that's not that's a nickname.
I keep forgetting.
I'm trying to think of actual like females in show business that have nicknames.
Well, well, stage names. We can.
Pink?
No, not stage names, like nicknames, like not names that they perform with, but names that they're known by. Like Madonna has Madge, right? Or what is it?
Oh yeah, Madge, or whatever it is.
But names like that, that's the only one I can think of. I'm trying to think of another one. Like a female that has a nickname that she's known by.
Well, it's kind of like the Piano Man.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Doesn't Britney have one? Doesn't she have a nickname?
Like,
huh?
Britney. I don't know.
The Princess of Pop.
Oh.
What about her ex, K-Fed?
K-Fed was his nickname.
Yeah.
Popples out, Popples out.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot more guys in show business tend to have nicknames, but
Didn't K-Fed just get married?
yeah, he did.
Mhm.
K-Fed's also like hella fat right now too, right?
Yeah, I think he went on a weight loss show.
Was it The Biggest Loser?
I don't know.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a little research on it, and then we're gonna post it on Hairflips and Layups. So, who wants to find out what K-Fed's current weight is? Visit Hairflips and Layups for.
Wait. Okay. Okay. In the theme of 150, let's take a random poll. What do you think K-Fed weighs?
230 pounds.
Damn.
I'd say 280.
Holy smokes!
I give him the benefit of the doubt. 210.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Oh no, he's more than 210. Should we have an over/under?
Oh, he's skinnier now.
Oh,
He lost
really?
a lot of weight.
Well, he lost weight before his wedding, but the height of the thing. That one time they caught him on TMZ or whatever, where he had his shirt hanging out.
Yeah, he was K-fat.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the K-Fed I have in my head. He definitely lost weight before the wedding, though. I mean, pretty sure his girl made him lose weight or something.
And then you have the generic mashups of names like J-Lo. I actually didn't know this, but Lindsay Lohan was referred to as Lilo.
Lilo.
Is that correct? That's kind of retarded.
Another one I heard recently that kind of like annoyed the heck out of me was J-Law.
J-Wow?
J-Law.
Who, Jude Law?
J-Law. Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
Hunger Games.
Oh gosh,
I know.
that's
I was
pretty.
like, come on. I hope that doesn't catch on.
not like Double D. Wishes.
Hey, Double D is a real thing. I like
Let's
Double
get it
D.
from this.
Huh?
That I think that's where he got it from.
Like,
Pittsburgher, bigger. Is that what it is? What are you actually showing, Misty?
I got this at a bar.
you got it tonight?
Someone gave it to me.
Hey,
I
so
need to carry a card like that around.
what about unintentional?
Ask for the Double D
nicknames?
special.
Okay. What were you saying, Neil?
What about unintentional nicknames like that dude from New Kids on the Block? You all know him as Horseface.
Is it
I
Donnie?
thought that was just good.
Okay, hey, name 5 of the New Kids on the Block.
Jordan, Joey, Danny, Donnie.
Last guy. There's a last guy.
Mark Wahlberg?
No, he wasn't it. He was just the Sunkissed dude or whatever. Who was the last
I
one?
already know this. It's before her time.
There's 5
Name-
guys. We're
Are
missing
those
one
4
guy.
right?
Who is it?
For real?
For
I
real.
don't know.
Top people's.
You don't
Okay.
miss me searching it right now.
Well, do they have nicknames? Those new kids on the block, guys. Besides 5 handsome dudes
From Boston.
from Boston. My bad, from Boston.
Kim's wet dream.
That's
I don't- Yeah. What about even stage names? Stage names are pretty cool too. It's kind of an extension of a nickname. It's not right, but what are some of the popular ones out there right now?
Stage names? Like what?
Yes, just a stage name. Like
Lady
Like
Gaga.
Pink.
Pink.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
yeah, Pink, Lady Gaga.
Keisha.
Who?
Keisha with a $sign.
And there's some cool stories behind those nicknames too, though, right? All those stage names, right?
Well, Tom Cruise has a stage name.
Oh my god.
What is it?
It's Tom Cruise.
You're gonna go that far. Ashton Kutcher's stage name is Ashton Kutcher.
Well, yeah, because his first name's Chris, right?
Yep.
Chris Kutcher?
Yep.
Yeah, Chris Kutcher, aka Kelso.
Wait, his first name, his real name is Chris Kutcher?
Yeah, Ashton's his middle name.
Oh.
Really?
Uh,
It's sort of like Faustino Viernes is really Glenn.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
All right, well, let's start wrapping up the show here, guys. Since we can talk about nicknames all day, let's move on to the finishing move, which is the final thought of the night. Who wants to go first? I can go if no one wants to volunteer.
Go ahead.
So my final thought this week, and I want to call it autumn. That's what it is, because it's the best time for sports because football is starting up, the NFL, college, baseball actually is starting to mean something. The games count now, heading into the playoffs. Because the first 18 months of the season is just a bunch of nothing, right? It's just
he said 18 months.
18 months.
basketball is starting up again. Dancing with the Stars is starting up again.
Such a sport.
Well, I'm just talking about autumn. We're not talking about just, starting of something. School starts up again. There's just like a freshness in the air. All these sports are on TV now, and it's just a great time of year. And I'm looking forward to the upcoming fall season. So that's my final thought.
Cool.
Connie?
I just have some breaking news.
Awesome.
Right now, David Lee is going to a club in LA with Justin Bieber's bodyguard.
Go
Not Justin Bieber, but Justin Bieber.
Kim!
Oh yeah, Kim, you should go.
You can, if they get drunk, you can take them home. You can drive them home.
Hey, I could do an exclusive
Park your car.
interview. I can do an exclusive interview.
Wait, so he's going with Justin Bieber's bodyguard and not Justin?
That actually made news, huh? Mecca.
Breaking news, too.
Mecca. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Connie. Was that your final thought?
And something I forgot to report earlier is Steph Curry is in the process of moving right now.
Where'd he go?
So I think he's moving out of Oakland.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Irvine!
No.
Oh.
No one wants to move to Irvine.
Where's he actually moving to?
I don't know yet. I'll let you guys know once I find out.
Okay.
Out of Oakland, that's where he's moving to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably
Anywhere,
moving up-
anywhere but Oakland.
Oakland
Probably
Hills.
moving up to the hills like Piedmont or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that's where everyone actually lives when they have money in Oakland.
My final thought is going to revolve around the use of PEDs in sports. Basically, I know we've talked about this topic, but I was just trying to I was trying to make the point that some sports actually benefit more from the use of PEDs than others. That's why it looks like PEDs has really tarnished baseball. I think of all the sports, probably baseball and football stand to benefit the most from PEDs in that they make you stronger, bigger, stronger, and in some cases faster. Oh, track also benefits from PEDs. Most other sports like soccer or basketball, there's a lot more skill involved. So you don't really benefit a lot from PEDs. As a matter of fact, sometimes you stand the risk of getting hurt really bad when you're on PEDs. I know in soccer, one of the biggest, the only time PEDs really help are not like the HGH type, but the stimulants, like the ones that help you keep your stamina, help you play longer, basically. Those are the ones that they usually test for, and most of them sometimes are either not illegal or, you know, they don't really do that much for you anyway. So outside of that, you know, baseball has suffered big time because it's a sport where you just stand and you hit the ball. Just like I was talking to someone a few days ago, and they were like, well, you know, if freaking Barry Bonds, I remember watching the game and Barry Bonds got struck out. Like, yeah, they're still going to get struck out, but once that bat connects with the ball, it's gone. You know, That's why most people on PEDs, they don't even have to run, you know, when they hit a ball because it's flying out the park. And so they just stroll around, you know, into a home run. But they still get struck out. But, you know, so it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, baseballs have to suffer for it. It might take a while before they regain their image, but that's my final thought.
All right. Glenn.
Jerry Jones is an asshole, and I hope to God they actually do something with him. I'm still stuck on that. Fucking Jerry Jones.
Vicious. Misty. Hipster.
I pray and I hope that the age of twerking ended with Miley Cyrus.
Amen.
That to a standstill, and that we can move on.
So the next one's gonna be Misting.
I had to see that live on my board game night, and it was not pretty. I thought it was like a psych ward patient that had escaped, and I was like, what's going on here? So just hope it's over. That's all I got.
150.
I actually like the Miley Cyrus performance.
No!
And I hope that next time our next podcast, Volume 6, since there's 3 letters and 2 of them are S and X, we can add Miley Cyrus and have the Miley Cyrus episode next.
Oh, good God.
But actually, my finishing move is basically, you know, out of all the games that we go to, well, the Giants are playing on TV today, and they're playing the Colorado Rockies, and it was a game that we all we were all planning to take as our road game. But what was different this year was that there's something special about going to opening day, especially when it's away, whether your team wins the World Series or not, what have you. But just being at an opening day at any park is probably like one of the best feelings to go to. And I'd probably rather go to an opening day game anywhere rather than any other game, including the World Series, because there's just something special about the opening day.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my take.
All right. With that said, that wraps up the Hairflips and Layups Volume 5 podcast. Remember to go to our Facebook page to stream the podcast or download it at your convenience. So when you work those biceps, you can hear the sexy men and women of Hairflips talk about sports and pop culture. So with that said, Connie, let's take us out with the latest Biebs single. Hit it.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. This
Why is he working?
Oh my God.
It work.